Hi everyone, it's MacDougall, and today I'm going to be taking you guys on a neighborhood tour. And the neighborhood we're going to be touring today is called Crested Hills. This subdivision is in South Richland, and I'm just coming up to the entrance here, so we will get started. So Crested Hills, the first houses were built in 1999. And houses were built all the way up until 2021, and I believe there's still a few lots left to build on, so you could see a few more. There's currently around 180 homes in the subdivision, so it is a pretty big neighborhood, a pretty big section of South Richland. Those 180 homes, like I mentioned, were built over that kind of 20-year span, so the changes in architecture and the different styles, there's a lot of different homes that are offered in the area. This neighborhood was built onto the side of Little Badger Mountain, so a popular hiking spot is Badger Mountain, which is just one mountain over, and then as you come down there's Little Badger, and that's where Crested Hills here is built. So as you can see with all the trees and the common greenery, Crested Hills does have a homeowners association. It's called the Crested Hills Homeowners Association, if you want to go look that up. The dues are $125 a year and are due in January. So not overly expensive, but it is nice to have the trees, some of the common areas maintained, and there are snow removal and a couple other features that you're getting as well for those homeowner dues. There is a really nice park in the neighborhood as well called Crested Hills Park. We'll drive by that in a few minutes. It's got a running track, a basketball court, a soccer field, and then a playground as well. So right now we're on Claremont Drive, and I'll pull into a couple of these cul-de-sacs because it is nice that they built these cul-de-sacs off the side of a couple of the main roads. So if you're looking for a more quiet kind of part of the street, these cul-de-sacs are an awesome place to look because obviously there's not going to be any through traffic. So one of the really great parts about Crested Hills, and one of the reasons people love it, is the location. And they say real estate is location, location, location. It's only about a 5 to 10 minute drive from the nearest kind of grocery store, as well as gas station, restaurants. There's lots in the 5 to 10 minute vicinity. It's also only about 10 or 15 minute drive from kind of the downtown Kennewick area. So that would be your Columbia Park, Columbia Center Boulevard, kind of the Toyota Center where the Tri-City Americans play, as well as there's lots of concerts. That's also kind of where one of the major malls is, as well as a ton of restaurants and shopping there. So it's only about 10 or 15 minutes from that. Oh, sorry, Costco, another one I forgot to mention that's obviously vital. So really great location, only 10 or 15 minutes from there, about 10 or 15 minutes from downtown or Old Richland as well. It's about 20 minutes from kind of most areas of Pasco, but that's pretty common anywhere on this side of the river. You're going to have to get on the bridge and drive over to Pasco. But it is, like I said, a really, really great central location. So as far as school districts go, it does fall within the Richland School District. Currently it falls into the Orchard Elementary, Leona Libby Middle School, and then Richland High School catchment areas. So obviously that could change over time, so depending when you're watching this video, that could be different than what you're expecting. But yeah, it is those are the schools currently, and where kids would end up going if they lived in this area. So a little U-turn here. So I don't know if we'll be able to see, but up on the hillside here, this is a little farther up Morency, and there's some really beautiful lots with expansive views of the Tri-Cities. So we'll drive by kind of the front side of those in a couple minutes here, but that's kind of the back side and the hill, and then obviously they look down into the Tri-Cities a little further away. Where we just turned around there was actually what's currently the end of Meadow Hills Drive. So Meadow Hills Drive actually runs all the way over into Westcliff as well, and they connected it in the last few years. So it connects at the end of Crested Hills, and it connects into I believe it's the terrace at Summerview Heights. I'll have to double check that, but so it actually does run all the way through now, which is awesome because it connects the two neighborhoods up high here. You don't have to go down the hill anymore. One of the really popular spots to go hiking is Badger Mountain, which I mentioned is a little ways away from here. If you're to walk from the far end of Crested Hills, it's about a 45-minute walk. From the close side to Badger, it's only about 25 minutes, and then you're looking at about a 5 to 10 minute drive from anywhere in Crested Hills. So awesome access to that area where a lot of people really enjoy going hiking, and yeah, it's a great location to be, and it does get quite busy over there with the parking lot, so if you're able to walk there and do your hike, it can kind of save you some hassle. So just on the left here is these houses that I was pointing out earlier. So this is what the front side of the lots look like, and then you can kind of see as we're driving by that beautiful view down to the river and kind of looking over all of Richland and Kennewick and Pasco there. And as we come up around the corner here, we're kind of nearing the end or the last little bit of Crested Hills. We still have a little bit more to look at the bottom, but as you come up to this hairpin, once you kind of follow this hairpin up to the top, you're actually going to be looking at Falcon Crest, which is a cool subdivision up at the top there that I'll do a separate video for later on. We're still on that main Morency here, that main street. As we're driving by some of these houses, you can see, like I mentioned, there's a little bit more modern architecture. Some of them have been built in the last few years and obviously look very different than some of the houses lower down the hill that were built in the late 90s and early 2000s. But that is one of the cool parts of this neighborhood, is it is all one subdivision and one HOA, but you get a cool variety and mix of architectural styles and different houses as they're built throughout the years. There's that beautiful view again off to our right now as we're coming down Morency here. Turn back onto Meadow Hills Drive here. So as I mentioned, this is a road that they actually pushed all the way through, so it does connect over to Westcliff in the end. This is a private road here, so we'll go around the other side and I can show you where it does technically connect through. And we'll also get to see the park as we drive by. This is technically all Meadow Hills Drive here, and it is, I could drive through, but to respect the privacy of the people who live there, we'll just go around for the purpose of the video. Came in, we initially turned off Morency onto Claremont, we kind of looped all the way around through the subdivision, and now we're turning back onto Claremont at that same intersection. And I mentioned earlier the park. and this is it on our left here. So you can see beautiful green space. It's got a running track that runs the perimeter of the park. It's got a playground, kind of outdoor eating area, basketball court, soccer field. So really awesome little park for the community, and a great place to go spend time almost year round, given that weather that we have in the Tri-Cities. There are quite decent sized lots up here. You're looking at about 1/3 of an acre on average. Some are closer to 1/4, some are a bit larger. Some of the houses are built on hillsides, so you don't get all of that usable space. But there are quite a bit that have had the landscaping, kind of the lot flattened, so you do get quite a bit of space here. The average house size up here is around 3,000 square feet. Not to say all the houses are that big. They kind of range from around 2,000 to 4,000. Depending on the floor plan and the location. And here we're turning back onto Meadow Hills Drive. So this is, like I mentioned, the last section of Crested Hills here, and it connects over into the final phases of West Cliff. So these again are newer houses. You got some modern ones to our left here. Meadow Hills Drive. So as we circle back here, a couple more things to mention. About 20% of the homes in here, so about 1 in 5 homes are 1-story floor plans, or true 1-stories. The rest of them are kind of multi-level living, so you're looking at either a 1-story with a bonus room, a 1-story with a basement, a 2-story or 1.5-story, and then occasionally there's some taller houses, larger houses that are like 2-story with basement, something like that, built on the hillside. And then another nice part for car enthusiasts and people who have a lot of kind of hobbies they want to do in the garage is most of the houses up here have at least a 3-car garage. So you're not having to deal with a 2-car or a single very often. And yeah, as we turn back onto Claremont here, we've kind of covered the whole neighborhood at this point. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. If you have any questions about the neighborhood, please feel free to reach out. And yeah, hope you have a good day, and hope to see you soon.